Hey, what's good? We're back with yet another one, and today we are quickly going to be going over the Carolina Panthers 2025 schedule. If you are interested, do make sure to watch, and we will try to do some more teams. If you want to comment down below who you would like to see, I will try to horribly predict their schedule. That is what I do here. We will try to make this a series. I don't know why I'm dancing. But my name is Cody. If you would like to like, comment, and subscribe, and kind of make your own decision on that. I would appreciate having you here. Nice to see you. I hope you have a great day. Spend a minute on us. I'll love you for life. Either way, let's get on with it. Week one, the Carolina Panthers, they're taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I have pretty much decided in my head that I like the Jacksonville Jaguars in this one. I don't know what it is. I just think Jacksonville will be a pretty solid team this year. I kind of like the things that they're doing over there, including on the offensive side of the ball. The run game has a little bit to be desired, but with BTJ and Travis Hunter, he makes just insane catches himself. I have a lot of reason to believe that the Jacksonville Jaguars will be a pretty solid team this year, and that's why I'm going to go ahead and take them to get the win here. I like them. Yeah, I think Panthers will start off 0-1 as a water bottle. Just kind of cracks. Week two, the Arizona Cardinals at the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to take them to get the win here. I don't have a lot of things that I believe on the Arizona Cardinals, to just being honest here. They have a pretty. Their defense, I think, is going to be absolutely insane. Their offense, unfortunately, I think this team takes you only as far as Kyler Murray can take you. I have a little bit of faith in him because I don't know what it is. I just absolutely believe in having the faith on him. But Arizona, I think, will take the loss here. I do like what the Panthers are doing. I'm pretty excited to see what they do with Leggett, Tech, McMillan, and all these other areas in the offense with Chuba Hubbard. Their defense improves just a slightly a little bit. I think we're going to be looking at a pretty decent season for the Carolina Panthers. But either way, they're going to start off 1-1, which I believe I'll have above here. The Atlanta Falcons at home. While I love the Atlanta Falcons, their defense is absolutely rebuilding. I think it's going to take a couple weeks to get things going. We'll dive into them a little bit more when we talk about them the second time. But they have a lot of things that are just kind of inconsistent right now, and I think that that's going to be in the Panthers' favor. The Panthers will go on to win this game. They will start off the season 2-1. Yeah, I think I like what we're doing here. Week four at the New England Patriots. We're going to be looking at a New England Patriots team that is very likely to be a lot better, but they go as far as Drake May can take them. I'm not absolutely insanely in love with the things that they made for his offensive side, so I think that they do have a year or two to go. I think that they are good enough to take the win at home at Gillette, though. So I think the Patriots will take this one, knocking the Panthers down to 2-2 on the year. The Miami Dolphins. I'm going to give the Panthers the win here. And I know that's probably against my better judgment, and I can believe it. I don't absolutely love what the Miami Dolphins have done this offseason. You get Darren Waller for Johnny Smith, Minka Fitzpatrick for Jalen Ramsey, so I guess technically you did get some swap pieces, but I don't know if you really did things the right way there, right? Because if you wanted a safety, why didn't you just bring Holland back? The pass rush was all right last year, but not enough to make me absolutely excited about what the Dolphins are doing. Their run game will be good. Tyreek Hill might be taking steps in the wrong direction, and who knows what's going to happen with Jaylen Waddle. Right now, Miami Dolphins, I'm going to give them the loss here. The Panthers will go 3-2 to start the year. Into week 6 at home, where they will take a loss to the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys, I think, are the better team in this picture, and I am going to stick with that one. I like what Dallas is going to be able to do this year. I think that their defense is going to be a lot better. Their offense is absolutely, it should be pretty good with Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. The run game, I think, is still probably a little bit of a concern, but I guess we'll kind of see how that one plays out, their defense. When they get Trevon Diggs back, they should be even better. But I think that they have a lot of good things to be looking forward to. I'm going to give them the win here, and I think the Panthers will drop to 3-3. At the New York Football Jets, I'm going to give them the win here as well. I don't have a reason to believe in the New York Jets this year. The Jets, Jets. They Their team isn't exactly anything phenomenal. Their defense, I had a lot of more high hopes for just last year, but I'm not really sure what to believe in that now. Their offense has a lot of things that you would like to fix over there. I don't think that they're ready for Carolina because I think at this point Carolina is kind of cementing themselves as a team that's on the coming up on the rise, and I think they get the win here. They go 4-3. Now this is where they go on a little tiny little drop because week 8 they are at home to the Buffalo Bills. I think they will keep it fairly close, believe it or not, but I don't think they can beat the Buffalo Bills. I like what Buffalo has over there, and I hope Keon Coleman just kind of develops and becomes even better because I can't root for a player more than him. He is absolutely awesome. Um, yeah, man, Buffalo's a really tough team for them to draw, and that's why I it's hard to ever bet against the Bills. Is really the issue. Is what I'm coming to here. I'm gonna take the Bills to take that W. Panthers will be 4-4 at this point, while they go on the road to the Green Bay Packers and take yet another loss. Green Bay is just a better team than them, and that kind of is hard to say, but it is what it is. Green Bay has a better team overall. On the offensive side, their defense actually improved quite a bit. I took a shot in the dark when I said the Packers would finish last in their division, but I also thought that there was a possibility that every single team in that division won 9 to 10 games. So yeah, I I don't think that they have what it takes to beat the Packers, though, is really the only issue. And hopefully they do surprise me and keep this a really, really good game. But Lambeau Field and the Green Bay Packers have a lot of talent on the team. So the Packers will take the win and they'll start off full and they'll go 4-5 at this point. And the New Orleans Saints. I think that the Saints are going to be a little bit rougher of a team than most people would believe, and I'm going to take the Panthers to beat them here. There's not a lot of things that I have a lot of high hopes for with the Saints, and I know, yes, they have Alvin Kamara. I know they still do have Chris Olave. They have a lot of talent on the team. The problem is that they're kind of aging, they're kind of rebuilding, and they're finally realizing that we've been in cap heck for so long that we had to try to dig ourselves out of it. And everybody else in the NFC South is just so much better. And yeah, I think that this is really going to show and the Panthers will take the win. And at this point, I think they're 5-5. I think they're sitting pretty. And week 11, they take on the Atlanta Falcons on the road. I'm gonna give Atlanta that win in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I told you I figured that they would split. Uh, the Falcons' offense should be absolutely loaded this year. They have Darnell Mooney still. They do have Bijan Robinson. Kyle Pitts had some moments where he looked really, really good, and Drake London and Michael Penix seemed to be a really, really good tandem together. Yeah, I think at this point you're looking at the Atlanta Falcons and you're looking and going, you know what? I think this is absolutely a playoff team, and I think that they cement themselves as such at the moment. Week 12 on the road, they're going to also lose to the San Francisco 49ers. I think this is a little bit of a time where they take a little bit of a stretch. Unfortunately, I think the 49ers are going to beat them, and I'm basing that one on the road game alone, to be honest with you. Yeah, when it comes to the 49ers, I just don't know what to expect from them. You know what I mean? And it looks like it's going to be a Monday night game. It's kind of how it's looking. The 49ers, they should be better, assuming nobody gets hurt, assuming that they can stay healthy for a year. It's kind of how I've made my killing off of feeling about Kyle Shanahan, to be honest with you, is that I just don't think he's that great of a head coach. Yeah, I think they take an L to the San Francisco 49ers, and unfortunately, are at this point they're 5-7 for a Week 13 loss to the Los Angeles Rams at home. The Rams, I think, are a dangerous team that not a lot of people are talking about. You still have Devontae Adams. You now have to go alongside Puka Nacua. Kyron Williams, if he's healthy, is absolutely insane. Their defense is just going to get better every single year, and I think that that's going to be the case as well. And yeah, I'm going to take the Rams to win that one. At this point, we are 5-8. We get a bye week 14 to come back and beat the New Orleans Saints on the road. New Orleans, as we talked about, I don't have a lot of faith in them whatsoever, and that holds true here. The Panthers have a pretty good crew that I think that they're going to be rocking with, and overall, I think that they're going to do really nice things at this point, and they're going to beat the New Orleans Saints here and get their 6th win on the year. At home to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I'm going to give them this win. I'm going to give them the win to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think that at this point, the Panthers are marching their way back into the promised land, right? I think that they will be 7-8 at this point. I think that they can beat them at home, and I think that they will absolutely do just that. Tampa Bay, we'll talk a little bit more about them here in a minute because they also play them in Week 18. But Tampa has some things that could make them a really tough team in the playoffs as well. Week 17, the Seattle Seahawks. I'm also giving the Panthers this one. The Panthers are going to go on a little bit of a run here to try to end off the season. They're going to be 8-8 at this point. Really good win against the Seahawks, and they're kind of marching forward, right? They're kind of marching forward. They're unfortunately probably not making the playoffs with 9 wins. That is the only downside to all of that. But they are really showing that they absolutely have the crew to do it. In 2 years in a row that they're marching. They're getting a lot better. And then at week 18, I think Tampa Bay will be fighting for a playoff spot, so I'm giving Tampa Bay that win. The Panthers unfortunately end their season on a low note, but they have a lot of good things to be looking up for, right? You've officially pretty much submitted your team at this point that you are a kind of a middle of the pack kind of team, that you are developing fast, you are developing well, and you are going to be on your crap here coming soon. So, yeah, week 18, let's give them the W here. I think that I'm pretty happy with that. Panthers will end the season 8-9, but honestly, pretty good season to be honest with you. I don't think that there's a lot of things that you'd be upset about there. But I guess that is going to be the end, right? We have officially kind of finished up with what we believe they're going to do, and hopefully I'm right. Hopefully I'm also wrong. Hopefully this team is a playoff team, maybe even a Super Bowl runner. I highly doubt that, but I have a friend that believes that wholeheartedly. Um, that being said, everybody, I do appreciate you. If you did make it all the way to the end of this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you on the next one.